Asking you a direct question, sir. One FIR in Muzaffarnagar, one in Ghaziabad, one in Lakhimpur Kheri, two in Hathras, yes, one in Sitapur, one in Delhi. In Delhi and Sitapur, he's been granted bail. He's still in jail. Does this look like gross misuse or not to you?
My point is, if the hurting the religious sentiments are the main reason for some complaint or the FIR, then because of the social media revolution or the communication revolution, this process spreads throughout the country. If by sheer coincidence also it may be there, or malice can also be there. But we are not here to decide. We should be having faith in the judiciary. If Supreme Court decides, then Supreme Court will give the relief. There is no problem. Number two, why I am telling this point? Because everything is being seen in a political manner. See, Jubair Ahmed case certainly is different. That's why Jubair Ahmed is not getting relief as of now from the Supreme Court. If he will approach Supreme Court will certainly look into the matter and give the relief. Under Article 32, the transfer powers are completely and absolutely with Supreme Court. So Supreme Court can give transfer order to Jubair Ahmed for transferring all the matters to Delhi jurisdiction. There is no problem. So why we should look into
depending on the political lens somebody wears, he or she determines whether what the courts are doing is right or wrong. Nupur Sharma being granted relief from arrest till the 10th of August seems like the right thing to do, but someone like an Amitabh Sinha, unable to criticize multiple FIRs in this case, it could be malice, may not be malice, but look at what happened in the case of that Zee News anchor, he had FIRs, so very clear about where the fault lies. My point is, it could be a news anchor, it could be a politician, it could be an activist, it could be a journalist, it could be anybody. It's the same thing playing itself out in different states, in different cases. The process is sought to be made the punishment.
Yes, Rahul, in fact, you have to approach the FIRs from two points of view. If based on one single incident of offence, various FIRs have been registered, and there are various FIRs based on different incidents. Now, in the case of Zubair, there is a 2018 POXO case. 2020, there is a Hanuman honeymoon kind of a comparison he did. Then there is a fake news case at Muzaffarnagar FIR you are talking about. A true news was peddled as a fake news by the alt news, which was related to Israel-Palestinian conflict. Another incident was Ghaziabad FIR. So these are different incidents. Now in the case of Rohit Ranjan, you talked about single incident, multiple FIRs. And in the case of Nupur Sharma, single telecast, multiple FIRs. So these two stands on different footings. Now there could be a political malice. There is a possibility of a political malice also. Could be. This will come out after the investigation and final verdict by the courts. How to prevent such kind of process becoming a punishment is a very important question, because we require certain kind of judicial and police reforms, which is very, very important. And in case of, let me tell you, this is a age of social media and electronic medium telecast. Offense is committed where it is seen, or I read a tweet somewhere. The place of my reading becomes a place of offense. So one reform could be the place from where it is published. That place should be the place of filing an FIR, not the entire India. In the case of social media and TV, that reform can be done. Secondly, if I lodge an FIR against somebody and another person X lodges an FIR against the same person without knowing that another FIR has been lodged. So the person, I would not know whether that FIR has been lodged against the very same person and against the very same offense. So that kind of mechanism, there should be some kind of a electronic platform where these FIRs based on same incident should be reflected, so that automatically the Supreme Court.
Tanveer Ahmed, do you buy this argument at all put forth by Desh Ratan Nigam that it's possible that somebody may have seen a tweet or a comment on TV in different cities like Lakhimpur, Hathras, Ghaziabad, Muzaffarnagar? They may not know what the other person has done. They may claim to be equally offended and therefore they filed an FIR.
Not at all. Not at all. You see, Rahul, first of all, let me thank you for inviting me to your program. You see, at the end of the day, everything in our country cannot be now reposited in the Supreme Court.
Correct?
There are defined and distinctive jurisdictions. The first thing that the cops have to do is that they, when any complaint is filed before them or brought to their notice, they have to apply their own mind, and that is independent mind. Whether any cognizable offense is made out, or ostensibly what we see day in and day out is that the cops, who have now virtually no spine, they are bending towards their political bosses beyond 180 degrees. The cases which are lodged, especially in Zubair's case, have a clear political flavor. They are not decided by cops on their independent school of mind, but they are directed by politicians. So these are exercise bona fide police actions where the cops are not doing their real job. They're not discharging their constitutional obligations in prosecuting a person only when the prosecution is justified. Now, when you have these kinds of criminal prosecutions, you are adding and putting more burden on the Supreme Court. Everybody cannot go in an Article 32 and say that, sir, this has happened and now please do this X, Y, and Z. In a democracy, a good society, a good democracy works when all, when all angles of the democracy, when all pillars and institutions work together.